In Matthew 24, Christ told his disciples what was going to happen in the last days. Not the last day, but in the last days. Unfortunately, he couldn't come out and tell them everything that was going to happen. He had to give it to them in bits and pieces. It would have overwhelmed them. But, however, in more recent times, through his prophets, he has expounded in more detail the events that will happen in the last days. No new light. God has given us no new light. We have enough light. Just simply amplification of old light. In other words, he has made it plain for us to listen. He wants us to know clearly what is going to happen because his coming is nearer than you can imagine. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a time setter in Christ's return. No man knows the day nor the hour of his return. But I do believe in what God said. Now learn a lesson from the fig tree. When the branches bud and his leaves begin to spout, you know that summer is near. In the same way, when you see all these things, you will know his return is very near, right at the door. But don't let me jump ahead from what I want to share with you. I want to share these other thoughts from Christ says. And he said also in Matthew 24 and verse 6, he said, and you will hear wars and threats of wars. Don't panic. Don't panic. Yes, these things must take place, but the end won't follow immediately. And he also said in verse 7 and verse 8, there will be famine and earthquakes in many parts of the world. But this is only the first of the birth pains with more to come. You know, but these statements was written over 2,000 years ago. But what if they are true? You know, so I did some digging. Don't look at that slide. Look at me. That's the wrong slide. Today, everybody's eyes is focused on Ukraine. The war in Ukraine. That's all we hear about, the war in Ukraine. The war in Russia bombed Ukraine. But do you guys know that there are over 36 wars and conflicts going on around the world? Most of the wars and conflicts are either in Africa or Asia. Each day, 25,000 people, including 10,000 children, die from hunger and related causes. Now you can look at the slide, by the way. A new report from the United Nations revealed that 673 million people face hunger in 2024. And 2.3 billion people, 28% of the world's population were moderately or severely food insecure, despite signs of global progress. You know, they say that the problem of hunger is rampant everywhere and especially devastating in the Horn of Africa. In fact, one author stated that the numbers are staggering. In the age of unprecedented wealth and technological advancement, why are these people starving? And to make it even worse, you know who were one of the major contributors to the food, for providing food for hunger? It's the United States of America. And what did we do? We canceled the USAID program. Yeah. We don't care. We as a nation, and I say we as a nation because we're following what he does. And though some of us in this room probably protest, it still happens. We're still letting people starve. In the past 48 hours, there have been 3,046 earthquakes of magnitude 6.4. In fact, a powerful earthquake of 8.8 hit the Russian peninsula just this past week, prompting Japan Meteorological Service to send out what's it called, tsunami. Thank you guys. I love this church. They correct me when I'm wrong. Warning all the way down from Russia all the way over to Alaska and Hawaii.